Hey. Hi, everybody. It's been a minute. It's been, a long time since I posted anything on here, and I wanted to come on today and stop putting it off. I don't know how long it's been. In fact, let me see if I can have a look. It has been a long time. I can't believe I'm gonna go on my YouTube channel and check when was the last upload while I'm on here. Oh, by the way, this might be a bit rambly because it's one of those ones where it's just about showing up. I just wanted to show up today without necessarily having a full script and all of that ready to go. I just wanted to show up today. That's why I'm on here. So the page is just loading up. So it looks like the last time I put something up, wow. So it was in June last year, and it was a YouTube short. And then in terms of a live stream, it has been over 2 years. Wow. Okay. So I've got a few bits to talk about then. Okay. So if you're new here, hi. I can't speak. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Chigo. As you see from the name of the channel, I initially started this channel, let's see, we're going back a bit of a while now. I'm saying it's like 2020. I should have looked this up before coming on, but yeah, it's in 2020, in the height of everything that was going on. I think it's February of 2020, so we are bang on just over 5 years, now. I started this channel initially to join my voice, join my story to the mass of ex-Jehovah's Witnesses that were sharing their journeys to waking up and coming out. Without going through all of the detail again, I was raised and born into a Jehovah's Witness family. On my mother's side, third generation. My father, the only one in his family, but he had joined the faith before meeting my mother. And so that's how I grew up, and this was in Nigeria. I moved to the UK when I was 18 and started to unpack things. And by the time I was 21, 22, I knew it was time to step away and figure things out because it just wasn't sitting right. And but I have a whole video sort of going through that, which if I can remember, I will link it to this one and put it somewhere on the screen so you can click through that and go listen at a later point. So off the back of that, I sort of shared the different aspects of how I came through the process of stepping away and some of the practices that I found most harmful, and then pivoted into, well, not really a pivot, but expanding that to look at some of the more current materials. So the not so much the JW broadcasting, but more of the highlights and the I can't remember what it's called now. Let me see if I can find one up here. This was their updates. Let me see if I just go back here. What did they call those ones? Let's see. I'm going to try and speed through this because my goodness. Okay, I'm just going to call it governing body updates. So I started to respond to some of those, but I found that over time I kind of lost interest in keeping up with what the organization was getting up to because I have moved on. That was a big part of my life, and that is thankfully no longer there. It's coming up to about 15 years or so since I started to step away, and so yes, my family is still there, my parents, my brother and sister, but really I have built a different life for myself, and so it was no longer of interest to me to keep that going. I am aware that there are other channels that, even though they've left, this is a path that they're continuing down in terms of sharing what the organization is up to and sort of talking through, and grateful for those ones because I'm glad somebody can do it, but it's not me. So once that period sort of went through and was over, the channel kind of sat for a little bit as I figured out what was going to happen next. At the same time, I was building a business on the side, which essentially involved a lot of online presence and online visibility, and I burnt myself out. That's no other way to put it. I burnt myself out from just the constant online presence, and I just needed to completely step away from being online and posting. So that is the long hiatus that it has been. Now, last year I was thinking through, right, what was I going to do with this channel, do with this space? Because, you know, I am very grateful. I have close to 550 subscribers, which, you know, it's tiny compared to what is out there. But, you know, for me, I'm very grateful for that, and I want to make it worthwhile for people to have given me the time and the space and subscribing and staying subscribed. And so it's thinking about what do I do next? You know, what else am I interested in that perhaps could bring some joy to people to see that. So last year I looked into dancing. I love dancing. It is my happy place. Yeah, it's always been part of my life in one way, shape or form, you know, all sorts of dancing. Not an expert. I'm not doing it for the technical aspects of it. It's purely for fun and for joy. And my favorite way to exercise. I just love it. Through uni, after uni, it was one of the things that I missed the most during lockdown. And so as soon as it was possible to get back out, yes, I got onto that straight away. So I thought that could be something that I shared, my love of dancing, and so I signed up to learn how to become a Zumba instructor, because that kind of sound and music was definitely up my street. So I started with that, sort of did the training in the early part of last year. By about the last video I uploaded, which was in June of last year, I had completed that and had started hosting some online lessons. But there was an experience which I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. Somebody showed up to these classes and it was just inappropriate exposure, shall we say. And I highlighted it to Zumba, and there was just no response, no support, nothing was it wasn't even acknowledged as something that had happened. And so knowing that it was going to be down to me to regulate or control who was coming into that space, because once they're there, you can't really stop them from doing whatever they want to do, right? And so it's like, can this person be stopped from being able to join classes? And there was just no response to that. And so off the back of that, actually, this cannot be the company, the tool that I use to sort of pull this forward. And so had to take a step back from that, and so I've not posted since. But other than the online world, life has been pretty good, actually. Life has been really good. I want to say the last few years have been some of the best years of life so far. Things are stable, things are happy. My son's doing great. He's 12 now, which is crazy. I met somebody about 2 years ago, so I'm in love. And that is going fantastic. They moved in about a year ago, and so that's going really well. My actual job, that's going pretty well as well. One of the things that I decided to do when I put pause on the business that needed me to be very online and outward facing, when I decided to take a step back on that, one of the other things I decided to do as well at the time was to lean into my day job and really see where I could take it, you know, how far I could push things. And that did pay off. That did pay off. We've had quite some good promotions, which I'm very grateful for. So personal life is going great, you know. I can't complain because, you know, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And so any level of stability and consistency, that is fantastic. So all of that to say, in the present, I'm in a really good place. And so I'm back here looking to see, right, what do I do with this space again? Because I'm currently in the middle of two jobs. So I finished from a job that I was in at the end of February. I started a new job on the 24th of March. And so you know what happens when you have time to think, you start going, ooh, you start getting thoughts and ideas and wanting to, well, maybe it's just me, wanting to make the 3 weeks count and be productive within that time. And so I've been thinking of, right, what do I do with this channel, with this space? I'm sorry, it's rambling. So I am open to thoughts, ideas, suggestions from you, my audience, who is still here, who is still subscribed. What would you like to see? Because I, like most of you, we have a variety of interests, of things that we can talk about, of things that, that light you up. So for me, and I have a separate channel for this, which again was all paused around the same time, and it's what the business was for. I love talking about budgets, money, finances, saving, investing, getting into that a little bit, but more on the making what you have work and just doing a lot with a little and being able to financially reprioritize. I love that stuff. I could talk about it all day. There's only so much you can talk about with that, but I just love it. When I can, if I get to a point where I can take a step back from my day job, that would be something that I would do some work on the side. In terms of actual job, it's in clinical trials, the project management side of things. And so that is something that I could talk about as well, because I do enjoy that, especially from the perspective of, in terms of talking about it here, would be someone interested in getting into that field, what to look out for, what to know, what is it like working in clinical trials project management. I'm on the management side of things, and so have been for, what are we on now? It's 2025. So the last 4 years I've been in leadership management, whatever you want to call it. And so talking about how you get into that, what has helped, what am I doing to stay sharp and engaged, and continually improving in the management side of things. I can talk about that as well. Like most people, I'm always thinking, I could be healthier, I could be fitter, I could exercise more, I could sleep better, go to bed earlier. All those quirks, getting ready for being mom to a teenager because he's going to be 13 next year, life with a teenage boy, what that is like. There's just so many, there's so many parts of life. It's like what's going to be valuable and what's going to be meaningful. So it could be one of them, two of them, a combination of them, a bit of all of them. I really don't know. But I feel like I don't want to waste the platform or the space. Sorry, I just hit my giant cup of coffee. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. And most importantly, I really want to be myself, because that's the only way I'm going to have staying power, is if I'm myself, if I'm not putting on a show, putting on an act, if I can just genuinely be myself, make connections and get a sense of what I'm doing, bringing value. Oh, something else I could talk about as well. Like I said, I moved to the UK when I was 18, and so I'm now a certain number past that, which you probably worked out if you've been listening. And so talking about what is it like to relocate to a different country, especially because I had no family here, still have no, I guess I've made my own family here, but I didn't move with a family here. And so what is that like, settling into a new place, finding your feet, whether that's someone else from the continent of Africa, or, from anywhere else, how do you go about settling and finding your feet? And well, specifically here, because of course I can speak to the UK experience. Each country is different, right? So I suppose I could talk about that as well. So yeah, like I said, we're multifaceted. I'm open to thoughts and open to ideas. I'm going to brainstorm myself as well, but I wanted to bring it to you here. Show my face, say hi, and reach out for what would you like to see? What can we build together? What would be worth your time in terms of continuing to listen in? So I don't ramble any further. I'm going to leave it there. I'm happy to have done this. And do say hi, even if you don't have any thoughts and suggestions. Say hi, because I really enjoyed the interactions that I did have. We did get to a really good place, and I know the names, some faces as well. So yeah, do say hi, even if you don't have a suggestion for me, and just let me know you're still there and that you're doing great. Okay, right. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you for listening. If you've made it this far to my rambles, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a lovely rest of the day whenever you do watch this, and hopefully speak to you soon. It won't be as long this time. All right, take care. Bye.